So here we are, 48 hours later, past the date that Eddie Hearn said Dillian Whyte would release a statement. 48 hours have gone by, silence is still happening. This looks very bad. I don't know if Whyte failed the B sample. Nobody knows. Nobody knows if he actually failed the A sample, but there are a couple of things I want to address here. Let's go with the hypothetical saying that he did fail for Diana Law, which is what I believe he got popped for. So if that is the case, this is what needs to happen. First off, Oscar Rivas needs to have that loss reversed. I do not want to see a no contest on his record because I don't like no contest, how they show up. It should go from a loss to a win by disqualification. I hate when guys lose to people on steroids and then they change it to a no contest. Because when you look at people's records, it goes win, loss, draw, then no contest. So sometimes you see a fourth little blip over there. So you'll see the dash, 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 the fourth one. That's for no contest. I don't like that because let's say Rivas ends up being somebody special who goes undefeated like Mayweather. Well, it won't look like a clean 50-0. It'll be 50-0-0-1. See what I'm saying? So anytime that a guy gets popped for illegal substances, I believe the guy he beat should automatically have the loss removed and be given the win by disqualification. I don't believe disqualification should only happen in the ring. Number two, if Whyte is guilty of this being his second offense, and I said the same thing about Jared Miller, these guys should be banned. That's it. If you want to get rid of drugs, you got to start banning these people from being able to fight. I would never want to take money out of somebody's mouth. And I say that because money relates to food, but it is what it is. Especially in a full contact sport like MMA, boxing, kickboxing, etc., where you can potentially kill somebody else and regardless if I feel like everybody's on something or not, if you get caught on it and the other guy doesn't, you have the potential to kill that other person. And because of that, there should be more severity when people are caught on these substances, especially steroids. So I would say that if he is guilty, you need to enforce that lifetime ban and he'd be done with boxing. Now, on the flip side of that, do I believe Oscar Rivas should have been told about Dillian Whyte popping hot for his A sample through UCAD? Yes and no. I'm 50-50 on this. The reason why I say yes and no is yes, he should have been told if the B sample shows that he was hot as well. If the B sample shows that he was clean, along with VADA testing all showing that he was clean, then there's no reason to tell Oscar Rivas because obviously it was a tainted sample. So you're not going to go to another fighter and tell them the guy they're about to fight is on steroids if the guy's not actually on steroids, because that gives him the option to back out of the fight. And then now you've got a bunch of fans that are out of money. You've got promotional, whatever organization you're with, rankings that now go up in the air because you got a guy backing out of the fight looking for the excuse not to fight if he's looking for an excuse not to fight. So that's why I'm 50-50 on it. Outside of that, I'm still hoping that it's not true. I have not said that Dillian Whyte is guilty. I have not said that he is innocent. At this point, I don't know, but I will say this. When you have somebody stating that an announcement will be made that you're going to come out and release a press statement, and that statement doesn't get released, it looks bad. I know I saw Dillian Whyte put out a Twitter talking about that his lawyer said he couldn't speak on it. That's also bad because if you're not guilty, you can speak all day and say, no, I didn't get popped for this, no, I didn't do that, because it can't be used against you in court. The only time that you need to keep your mouth shut is when you are guilty and you don't want to say something to put your foot in your mouth, and now you're entrapped in your own words, and now you're going, whatever the consequences are, you're facing those. So to me, the very statement that he's being told legally he can't speak on it furthers the needle going towards guilty. Once again, like I said, if he pops, I'm telling y'all, all those who think I might be a fanboy for this dude, they're going to see a whole nother side. The coin is going to flip, and you're going to see me give him everything he deserves. I do like him as a fighter because I feel like he's a dog. If you hit him with a low blow, he's going to hit you with a low blow. You hit him after the bell, he's going to hit you after the bell. You want to throw elbows, we throwing elbows. Whatever. He'll get in it. That's a dog. I feel like he has been trying to fight the hardest competition he can fight in today's standards where fighters don't risk anything. So there's reasons why I like him as a fighter, but I'm telling y'all, I'm no fanboy. Again, because of all the work he's put in, because of all the hard road that he's taken, the path that he's going down. I hope this isn't true. It's going to be a huge letdown. I know people like Dillian Whyte and I know people like Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury are going to be ecstatic because supposedly Dillian Whyte knocked Tyson Fury out in sparring and Deontay Wilder don't want to fight him. So, of course, both of them are going to throw all the shit they can throw at him while they have the opportunity to do it to get out of the fight. Outside of that, if he is guilty and the WBC hits him with a slap on the wrist or a UCAD, the Boxing Board Commission or whatever it's called over the Boxing Board Council, whatever. I don't know what the UK was called, but whatever. If they give him a slap on the wrist, then what I believe the WBC, WBO, WBA, IBF should do is strip him from their top 10 and top 20. He should no longer be a ranked fighter. If he wants to be a ranked fighter after the slap on the wrist, say 6 months, like Gerald Miller goes away, then he's got to work his way back up. Which sucks because, like the background says, 600 plus days just to fuck it up. I will say this too. If he is guilty of steroids, this is not the first time that he did it. He's been doing it all along. They don't just get caught once, and that's the first time they did it. They've been doing it all along. Just got sloppy, got caught. So, again, if he is guilty, that's how I feel. If he's not guilty, no, I do not believe Rivas deserved a no. If he's not guilty, I believe that he should keep his mandatory 9 months from when he won. I do believe that right after Deontay Wilder fights Luis Ortiz in a rematch, the winner of that, unless Deontay Wilder loses, the winner of that should fight Dillian Whyte immediately. Now, of course, if Wilder loses, then there should be a rematch between him and Ortiz for Wilder to get a chance to get his belt back. But outside of that, I do believe that Dillian Whyte should be in front of Tyson Fury, and I don't see how Tyson Fury can leapfrog him legally, especially with the timer running down by how mandatories, when they're officially announced, work. But that's how I feel. And like I said, my needle is starting to lean towards he's guilty because he's just been quiet for too long. It's hard. Thank y'all for watching. Let me know what y'all think.